They'll run down the hill in one of the most storied entrances in all of college football. Death Valley, Clemson, South Carolina, home to the Tigers since 1945. We believe we've got a great one in store today, and when you've got a team that makes it into the top 25, now when you go on the road, that's when you prove you belong. As we'll see, the number 12 team in the country, the Arkansas Razorbacks, taking on a fellow Big Ten foe, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Clemson will boot it away to get this one started. He'll bring it out. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he had just taken a knee in the end zone. The fans are ready for this one. The booth's shaking underneath us, guys. Give to the running back. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection. The margin for error so small in a conference like this, and in Big Ten play, really imperative to get off to a good start.
You really focus on all offseason getting off to such a great start, right? Start fast. Win our conference. Well, this is step one. And so I think you're so tired of hitting your own color jerseys, by the way. You're excited when you get in conference plays. You start to get some of that familiarity, some of that also that hatred that you have for these other teams. So the Big Ten is a fun conference.
Yeah, and you know both of these teams, their players have had this game circled all offseason because this is the first one. This is the first step towards winning a Big Ten championship. Both teams feel like they've got the playmakers to compete in conference this year, but it all starts today.
Might as well give it to him again. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. He wants to pass it on second down. Going to take a shot at this DB. Oh, right through his hands. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one.
Hey, listen, quarterback didn't get the completion on that throw, but that doesn't mean you can't try again. Trust in your playmakers outside to push the field and stretch it vertically and make a play for you. It won't surprise me to see this QB take more shots as this game goes on.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Using his feet. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you have a prominent jawline and an urgent resolve. They'll go for it. The give on fourth down. And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
And the Razorbacks are moving quickly down the field. He's looking to throw it. He'll take a deep shot here. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
And guys, if I'm on offense, I am staying aggressive. I know you didn't connect there, but make sure you keep testing this defense, because even if you complete one of those throws, that could be the game-breaking play.
Wants to throw on second down. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
And all defenses talk about it. Sacks, tackles for a loss, affecting the quarterback the best way you can. The first drive of the game, already getting home. Nice start for this defense.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and they'll have to convert third and long to keep it going. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. On target to the left. Really nice job to convert that third down, and they've got it at the 33.
That's a really nice looking throw, and I'll tell you, he fits in great with this offense because there's been this philosophical shift recently in the SEC offensively. It used to be you had to run the football. I formation, 3 yards in a cloud of dust if you wanted to win. But today, though, you have got to be able to throw if you're going to win. You think about all the great offensive play callers now in the SEC, all the Heisman Trophy winners that have played recently at the QB position. You got to do it through the air, and this guy in Arkansas gives them a chance.
Lost yardage on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
The offense making a statement early in this game. They're going to open the entire playbook, and they're going to show this defense so many different looks and try to keep them on their heels. I love that play call. You could see the defense wasn't sure what was going on.
And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Up to 45 yards on the ground already. That is a way to make a statement early. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting him. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Razorbacks! They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that.
And they just keep feeding it to their workhorse back to open this game. Great job in the open field. He's got tremendous vision. He can make people miss. You saw all of that on display here in the opening drive.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Slips through the line. Got a little room. They eventually chase him down, but what a spectacular return that almost went all the way. First down here for the offense. He wants to throw. They're bringing heat. This time they were able to keep him in check and stop him short of that first down.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Buys a little time. He's right on target. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Clemson trying to put its paws on a productive red zone trip. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Pulls it in. It's Lincoln. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
Going to work in the red zone. They can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. He wants it all. Can't hang on in the end zone, and that one is going to drive him crazy when he watches it. It'll be third down. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. They're going to throw it again. Looking for space to the left. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. The D scoops it up, and everybody reverses feet. I guess in this case, the scramble giveth and the scramble taketh away, and the ball was taken away.
And I'm not sure if he just didn't see an open guy downfield or if his receivers didn't do a good enough job on the scramble rule getting open. But at the end, quarterback held on to it way too long. That allowed the defense to catch up to him and create the takeaway.
And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense. To be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. After the incompletion, they go back up top. He's taking the shot. Into double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted.
Who says defensive backs don't have hands? Nice job breaking on the football and making the catch. A lot of times you see guys swat it down, or you see them trying to catch it. It looks like they have two left hands. Defensive backs don't catch real well. Nice job breaking on the football. Nice job securing the INT and actually catching it.
Looking for space. It's Lincoln. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
On second down, wants to throw it. Quarterback now breaking the field. Slings it downfield. Connection to the right. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. This offense always looking for those big, explosive plays, and now they've got it just inside the 30. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. He'll come out throwing on first down. He'll take a shot. Intercepted. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake, hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far, young man.
He's now up to 64 yards on the ground. A very productive first half here in the season opener. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Pulls it and fires to the left. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
And a big key on that throw to the slot receiver, guys, is putting the ball out in front. The location of the throw is what helped that guy get extra yards after the catch.
Comes out throwing on first down. Going up top. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots, so they're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
Let's see what they've got on second down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. He's not afraid to go deep. Ball in the air, intercepted! Not much of a chance on the And the Tigers have the ball at the 33.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Got a man. It's Lincoln. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
On second down, they'll take to the air. Got rid of it just in time. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On third and long, try to convert through the air. Might be looking to run. Keeps it himself and gets to first. What a weapon to have a quarterback that can run like that. They finally got him out of bounds.
This guy just gives you nightmares. I mean, he's just got so much electricity. He just pulls it down and chews up yards like it's nothing. That's a quarterback. A quarterback doing that to your defense.
To the air on first down. Quarterback adapted. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throwaway.
The incomplete pass leaves him with second down. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Never gives anyone a clean shot at him. He's down to the 34. Clemson is quick to the line. Quarterback will audible. The back goes in motion. They're going to go to the air on third and short. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be fourth down.
Well, on third and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on fourth down.
On fourth down, they're taking to the air. On the move, he fires. He's got it. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on fourth down. Clemson set up with another first down. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Feeling some heat. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
Defense is all about creating negative plays. And he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off. He takes off and gets a positive gain.
Gets it inside the 10, picks up a yard. They'll mark it at the 9. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. Motion from the offense. Little touch pass to the receiver. Tough, hard-nosed running. He got 3, but he needed 4. It's 4th down and 1.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. They'll run it out of the shotgun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Well, the most insightful analysis I can come up with on that one is that didn't work. Back to the drawing board to see if there's something that works a little better soon.
Well, if I can quote the great Reese Davis, that was very ungood. Not a productive first down play.
Back to pass, it's McCoy. He's got the tight end. And he might be known for run fits, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job of executing.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And you can tell that play went nowhere from the start.
It was definitely a great play by that defender.
Oh, yeah, he got in the backfield so quick, the running back had absolutely no chance.
They got next to nothing out of that as the punt goes out of bounds, and I think they're going to mark it right around the 25-yard line. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. He's going to pass. Pocket starts to collapse. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And I'm kind of surprised by this performance, man. The QB last week, you could tell, dude, he was in rhythm. He was good timing. You could tell the chemistry with receivers were good. And today, everything just looks off. And it looks hard. It looks difficult. They got to find a way to get back in the rhythm they were in last week.
Receiver looks it in. It's complete. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. They started this drive in great field position now, needing to convert on 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it. They finally get him on the ground with a big running play, moves the change for the first down.
And a great job on the offensive line. You're going to run the ball right at the middle. You better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big game.
He just threw it away. The last thing you want to do is try to force something on first down in the red zone.
And you want consistency from your quarterback, man. You don't want the up and down. You don't want the roller coaster. And last week, man, you had the highs of highs. And now this week, just off. He's all over the place. He's not completing the ball at a high percentage. And you just want to find some middle ground and some consistency so this offense can find out exactly who they are and build it consistent.
He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. They relentlessly move forward. Now it's getting down to cases. 3rd and goal. Quarterback checking the play. 3rd and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers. Lining up for the PAT. And it's up and good. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays and closed the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Bringing it out. Makes a move. He's on the loose. There he goes. Open it up. One little mistake in your kick coverage unit against this dude, and you are in a world of trouble, and they were barely able to keep him from scoring. It is a game of field position, and after a return like that, man, are they set up. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? On the option. He'll pitch it. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. You can't hear yourself think on 3rd and goal. Wants to throw. It's McCoy trying to get to it. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. From the left hash, this one shouldn't be too much trouble. It's good. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Old Dominion has been blitzed from the opening kick, and as you can see, the score right now is a lot to a little. Let's see how this coach tries to explain this. They're trailing by 15 to Troy. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Looking to move it through the air. Bought a little time, lets it go. It's on target and complete. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Now on 1st and 10 from the 26.
When you play zone coverage and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. I got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade.
He wants to take the top off. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Clemson. That touchdown grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability at that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdown catches, that's an impressive thing.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Wants to pass it. He wants to go deep. Pulls it in on the right. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Razorbacks will kick it off to start the second half. Out of the end zone. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They have the lead to start the third quarter, but I'd imagine ball security was a topic at halftime.
Yeah, and I think you take the lead and you try to stay optimistic with your team, but you also say, guys, if we had taken care of the football, this lead would be even bigger. We might have already knocked them out already, Palmer.
It's just about eliminating the mistakes at this point. You're right. This thing would be over if they hadn't shot themselves in the foot. So ball security, that is at a premium as this game goes on.
They'll go back to the air on second down. Buys a little time with his feet. Complete to the right. At midfield, he's got room. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41. That last play is the kind of thing the offense can really build some momentum on, and now they've got it 1st and 10 outside the 40. He's looking to throw it. Snagged in the middle. It's Lincoln. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible, and sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. But I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of him.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers!
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his second touchdown of the game.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The kickoff team on the field, and he ought to just boom this thing through the end zone with that extra 15 yards on the penalty. Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw, it's McCoy. Pressure coming. And the freshman will chalk up a sack. And the Razorbacks moving quickly to the line. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Zings it complete to the right. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Perhaps emboldened by converting a 4th down earlier in the game, they'll try a second time. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the grab well past the sticks. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
You got to feel good for this kid, too. He worked so hard this past offseason to put himself in position to be the starting running back, and he's got a lot of skill, guys. He's got speed, open field running ability. I think he's going to be a big part of the offense this season.
The Razorbacks have their offense in high gear. Pulls and fires complete to the right. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
Well, that was a dart right there. He's going to give Arkansas a chance because in the old days in the SEC, you had to run the football if you were going to win championships. Today, you better be able to get it done through the air. When you think of all the great play callers in this league and all of the Heisman Trophy winners this league has seen at the QP position in recent years, you better be able to do it throwing the ball. This guy, I think, gives Arkansas a chance with his arm.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And the Razorbacks will snap it on 1st and 10. Quick pass on the fly motion. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. And here comes play number 6 of the drive. Back to pass, it's McCoy. Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. The give to the back. The Razorbacks get it past the sticks. It is getting loud as this crowd tries to help its defense. Right back to the well. Pulled down after a pickup of 3, balls at the 13.
At the 13-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. He's looking to throw. Almost had the pick there. Would have been his 2nd of the game. Instead, it brings up 3rd down.
Ooh, quarterback lucky that one wasn't picked. You got to be really careful down here in the red zone because these windows are small and defenders close on the ball. That one should have been an INT.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Got his man quickly. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the 1st down before he's dragged to the ground.
Really nice job there of the quarterback. Reading coverage, he knew exactly where to go with the football and at what exact time. The timing could not have been better. They get the completion on...
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Arkansas!
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
Dropping back, it's McCoy. He's got it. 2-point conversion is good, and now they're within a field goal. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you've played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a 2-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
Forced out of the pocket. Now he'll let one fly down the left side. And he's running in the open. Oh, I thought he was taking that all the way, but they stop him at the 7.
And, man, he had nobody around him. That's got to be embarrassing for this defense. When you let someone that deep downfield go completely uncovered.
Let's see what Clemson comes up with on 1st and goal. Snap in the shotgun. Coming after it. And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line.
And you try to catch him off balance, maybe on 1st down and goal right here, a situation where maybe you sneak in a pass, defense was ready, got the sack. Now you got to be a little bit more creative now that you got the negative play. The offense, I know you've worked this all week. You got to get ready to execute in the red zone.
Quarterback, quick pass to the receiver. Running with power. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And the defense makes a big hit and knocks him down. Now it's 3rd and goal.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Clemson 21, Arkansas 18.
Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. They're going to run it. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Clemson. Well. Somebody's been doing their box jumps.
You ain't lying.
The extra point is blocked. He picks it up. That's a live ball.
It's a big mountain to climb, but the defense helping themselves out by getting that takeaway. They're going to need a few scores now, but you needed something positive to happen. You needed the momentum to shift, and I think the defense just did that by getting the takeaway.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Off the deflection, missed a great chance to force the turnover. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, that was a good play on the ball. Getting his hand up and getting the tip, getting the deflection. Ball bounces up in the air, falls to the ground. Incomplete pass.
Couldn't make the connection on 1st down. Now here on 2nd. To the air, it's McCoy. Looking for a deep man. Snatches it on the right. All kinds of running room. Touchdown, Razorbacks! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. Before that score, considering last rites, now all of a sudden, they're not dead yet. In fact, they're feeling much better, and they're alive, and they've got a chance.
And I'm looking on the field right now. I'm looking at their sideline. They're energized, Reese. After that last score, all of a sudden, they believe they can come back and win this game. This is a totally different-looking team than what we saw earlier.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
Trying to find his man on 1st down. He lost one down the sideline. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. Quarterback checking off. Wants to fire on 2nd down. And it's intercepted. A huge 4th quarter play for this defense. He was looking for that big return to go with the pick, but he'll set him up in business at the 36. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Getting some heat. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. And a flag flies as the pass is incomplete. Let's see who it's on. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Line gets set, 1st down. Here's the handoff. Knocked down at the 27 after a pickup of 5. And the Razorbacks headed quickly to the line. Back to throw, it's McCoy. Unloads to the wideout. He caught it! Touchdown, Arkansas! They move on top here in the 4th.
I think one of the most underrated things we talk about with a QB is timing. Being able to get the ball out of his hands to his receiver where he can continue to catch the football and run with it. Nice pitch, nice catch, nice play in the 4th quarter when you needed it for this team to take the lead.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Liberty is torching the opposition today, lighting up that scoreboard thanks to a dazzling offensive display. They're up by 35 over the Royals. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
Yeah.
Oh, what a grab by the defense. Looking for more room. And what a play and what a return as he takes it all the way back inside the 10.
Have a day, young fella. 2 interceptions already? That's 3, 4, 5, 6 games for some people. A hot start, catching the football. He's acting like he's playing wide receiver out there. I might think about trying a different DB.
Power football with the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking for a man. It's McCoy. Makes the grab. And he'll go out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they've got it right on the doorstep. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
There is nowhere to run and nowhere to hide in these situations. You know the physical ground game comes into play inside the 5-yard line, and they match the intensity. Nice job. Everybody flying around to the football, making the tackle for a loss. Nice job by this defense.
It is perfect. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. Stopped at the 26, brought it out of the end zone, picked up an extra yard. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Trying to get behind the defense. And this will be caught at the 30. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
They'll throw it on 1st down. That's caught. It's Kendricks. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Nice patience by the quarterback here working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
Now he's going to glide away from pressure. end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. He has been surgical. Precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
He's got it. The two-point try is good, and we are tied here in the fourth. Here comes the kickoff as we are all tied up in the fourth quarter. And he's going to bring it out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Tackled at the 29. Let's give him 5 on that one.
You know, you start day one of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need them.
Looking to go up top on first down. They're bringing heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
To the air, it's McCoy. Looking deep. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. It's third down now. They ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. From the gun, wants to pass. Got the quick pass. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The Razorbacks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on first down. Feeling some heat. They get to him as he throws. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
Looking to throw it again. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. They'll leave it with the lone back. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Kept it on the ground on first down, now back to the line. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Really good pickup on second down there, leaves them with 3rd and 2. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. 7. It's 3rd and short. Can they avoid making that 4th down decision? They'll try to bully their way for the first. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. He now has 110 yards on the ground, and that will put him over 100, and what a way to start the season. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. They're working that left side. Touchdown, Razorbacks! And they've got the lead in the final minute.
And, man, this game has been awesome. Some back and forth. Now you take the lead late. Nice job by the offense. And now you just need your defense to come through for you. One more time. One stop. Less than a minute remaining. Go out there. Finish this thing off.
Getting set for the point after. The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. So a drive there of 85 yards, and they finish it by firing one in from the 13 for the score. They'll need to be very sound here, limit this return, and put this game in the hands of their defense to salt it away. He'll take a knee. It's a touchback save every second he can as they try to put together this final drive. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to...
And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Got some room to run. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Arkansas!
That is exactly what you want your offense to do. You want it to eat clock, but if you score, go up by 2 possessions, nail, meet, coffin, great execution by this offense to put this game away.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25.